Hey there, this is Karen O'Brien with Boston and the Burbs, and today we're going to talk about, simply explained, the process of making an offer. So stick with me and I will be right back. Part one, you're going to sit down with your real estate agent. You're going to have a calendar nearby, and you're going to have three things: the actual offer, a letter of pre-approval from your mortgage broker with the address of the property you're making an offer on. The third thing is a check for $1,000. Okay, now the offer is accepted. Congratulations. The next thing you're going to do is, in that offer, it gave you 5 to 10 days to have an inspection. You're going to book that inspector ASAP. It's going to take 5 to 10 days to have this contingency removed. You'll meet, go through the house, get a printed report, read it over, have a discussion with your agent. Maybe you can negotiate. So if anything big comes up in this inspection, think furnace, maybe, roof, maybe, plumbing, probably. Any of these things, if it looked really good and the owner had no idea and there's a major problem, that's something to discuss. A cracked tile in the bathroom? Probably not. A stain on the hardwood floor? Probably not. These little things are things you should have seen when you first saw the house. The big things that you can't see is what the inspection's for. Electrical outlets not working properly. Yes, you can negotiate that. That's a safety issue. And if it doesn't work and needs an electrician to look at it, that's something you want to talk about with your agent. Your agent will talk to their agent. Code violations. A handrail on the stairs going into the basement. Probably negotiate that. If not have them do it, then a price. This is where you really need your agent to help you negotiate. Certain things are safety related, and that house should be sold in good condition. Depending on what part of the country you're in, pest inspections and radon inspections can be common or not too common. So in California, it's pretty common. Stucco walls and wood can get soft, and that's something you would look at. But in Massachusetts, if a home is built on rock or near rock, you might want to have a radon inspection. The house is built on rock, and say the basement is converted to living space, you don't want to let that go by. You want to make sure natural gases that are emitted from stone, unfortunately, are carcinogenic. And if there's no air change in the basement, then that's a problem. A lot of people put in a pipe that wicks air outside and it mitigates the radon levels. Depending on where the house is located, you might want to consider that. Next, the appraisal. It comes from the bank. The bank will call and let you know what it is. You'll get a copy of it. It has to appraise for what you're paying for that house. If you grossly overbid and the bank says it doesn't come in that high, then the deal's done. It's not going to happen. Beware of high offers. Over asking prices can be challenged by the appraiser and you won't get your loan. So sellers beware. There's a reason why people walk away from highly overpriced homes. And sellers need to understand this too. If they overprice, someone buys it and they can't get a loan, the whole thing falls apart and it's a waste of time. That's why you need an agent in that situation as well. These are the things good agents can share with you. Always talk to a potential agent to make sure they can answer these questions and are not just writing an offer. This job can be a challenge if you do it correctly. Experience always helps as well. Now let me do a comparison, an analogy. It's super simplified. Compare your real estate agent to an Amazon delivery person. We're all familiar with them. Do you want someone who drives up to your house, flings the package on your front stairs, and drives away? Or would you rather have someone who walks up to your door and presses the bell, puts the package down, maybe waits a few seconds, and then gets back in the car, maybe even waves at you when you answer the door. That is thorough and detail-oriented, and I've opened my front door at 9 o'clock at night and there's a package there, and I never knew because no one rang the bell. Think of that. Ask questions of your agent before you hire them. Maybe to meet your agent, have some conversations, have them give you a sense of security that things will be under control and they know what they're doing. Appraisal. The bank sends out a certified licensed bank appraiser. They work for years in order to get certified to do this kind of job. Banks base their approval on this as well as many other factors of your credit worthiness. Anytime in this transaction, do not change your job, buy a car, do any big purchases, even furniture. Do not, because it will affect your ability to get the loan. After an accepted appraisal, your agent contacts the seller's agent and releases the appraisal contingency. That is a moment to celebrate. So that's 2 contingencies right there. And you wrote an offer, it was accepted, you had the inspection, you worked that out, and the bank, the most important, you're getting your loan. Don't ever buy anything or change a job from now until you close. The bank needs 21 to 30 days in a hot market to process the loan and get their ducks in a row. They're going to call your job to make sure you're still employed. The loan contingency date is the last super important date once they approve you. And they will provide a commitment letter. I did a video on pre-approval, pre-qualified commitment letters, so you can find that, and that explains it in more detail. So you get your commitment letter. This goes to your agent. Your agent will deliver to the seller, and that contingency is released. You'll now go over the final statement called a settlement sheet. You'll get it a few days before you close. You'll do all the math, make sure it's true, and then you'll know how much you need to come to the closing with, what kind of check you need to bring. Has to be a cashier's check. It's usually a little padded, but once that goes through, they will write you a check for the difference if you overpaid. Do not forget your check. Do not forget your ID. You have to have this with you or it doesn't happen. So they want money, cashier's check, and your ID. You're in your lawyer's office and you're going to have a stack of mortgage papers to sign. That's what takes the longest. Otherwise, it's pretty simple. Maybe it's 45 minutes, you're signing and signing, maybe an hour. But when that's done, everyone shakes hands and you get your key. Yay! One more thing. There's no payment due until the 2nd month after you close. So if you close in the middle of June, you don't have to pay your mortgage till August 1st. Isn't that nice? Takes the stress off. Oh, moving costs too. Don't forget that. It's all about the money. Be prepared for all these things, but hopefully this video walks you through it so you don't go in blind, and when you finally are ready to buy something, you kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and call me with any questions. Thanks so much for watching Boston and the Burbs. Have a great day.